Arkansas to defy Act 573. That's a new state law that went into effect today. It requires all public schools to display the 10 Commandments inside their classrooms and libraries. On Monday, a federal judge labeled that plainly unconstitutional, but his order putting the law on hold only applies to 4 school districts that were named in a lawsuit: Fayetteville, Springdale, Bentonville, and Siloam Springs. So, what about everyone else? Channel 7's Andrew Mobley takes a closer look tonight. Andrew.
When Act 573 was passed by the Arkansas legislature earlier this year, parents of students in the 4 school districts were quick to file a lawsuit. Plaintiffs say the new law is unconstitutional, violating the First Amendment, which states that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion.
The First Amendment says the government can't tell you what your religion should be, and it's that concern that the plaintiffs raise when the 10 Commandments are put up in a school. They say this is the imposition of religion.
The dollar bill in your pocket says, "In God we trust," and every morning around the country, students say the Pledge of Allegiance, which has the line, "One nation under God." But unlike the Pledge of Allegiance and other recognitions of God by the American government, the first of the 10 Commandments in particular has a clear command with regard to personal faith. "I am the Lord thy God, thou shalt have no other gods before me." Does that cross the line? Steinbuck says it's not as black and white as some think.
The counter argument, of course, is that the 10 Commandments is more than religion. The 10 Commandments serve as a foundational legal principle undergirding all of our laws.
Many of those advocating for the display of the 10 Commandments in public schools argue that they are a historical and legal document core to America.
Ever since our founding fathers, there have been references to God. So it seems unlikely that that prohibition on the establishment of religion means we can't have any governmental references to God. The fact that these 10 Commandments are posted on the wall is different than the Pledge of Allegiance. Is it enough to have a prohibition against one and a permission for the other? We'll see what the court says.
Others support the display of the commandments in the classroom as an explicit stand for traditional Christian morals.
We're focusing on back to school, back to God, and we believe that these laws, these moral guidelines are necessary to transform a culture that's dysfunctional, corrupt, back to the God, the Creator, and the model for his creation.
However, it doesn't appear that legal precedent is on Arkansas's side. In 1980, the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 in Stone v. Graham that a Kentucky law requiring public schools post copies of the 10 Commandments in classrooms violated the First Amendment. But on the other hand, challenges to the mention of God in the Pledge of Allegiance have failed throughout the years. Steinbuck believes this is a case that will have to go to the Supreme Court.
Ultimately, and only that decision must be made by the Supreme Court. And they'll decide where that line is drawn.
And it looks like that may be where we're headed. Today, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders said her administration will appeal the district court's decision. In Louisiana, a similar state law is further along in its legal battle and last month was blocked by a federal appeals court. On your side, I'm Andrew Mobley.